for Panthers Fans Only is a sports podcast intended for mature audiences and contains profanity as well as extremely spirited conversation. What you see and hear are the sole opinions and depictions of each individual, not at all inclusive of the entire cast or any guests associated with our show. Thanks for tuning in, and always remember to stand on business.
Word up. Okay, there we go. Welcome. We back.
She knows. Hey.
I know y'all missed us, man.
For sure. Welcome. We're a little late this week, but it's okay. Don't trip. Training camp is right around the corner. We got a lot going on. My dad and my sister's birthday are back to back. We got stuff going on, so everybody just relax. We're here. It's on a Friday. You start your weekend a little early. 9 a.m. premiere like every week. Hey, y'all stop buying subs too. The math don't be mathing, and I'm on y'all, but I'ma chill. But I see y'all.
Damned if I don't.
It's weird. It's real weirdo like behavior. But I'ma chill, cause Dylan told me to chill, so I'ma chill.
What these bitches want from my nigga?
I don't know how much it costs, but it made me consider it. Cause them numbers don't add up.
Now I'm sure you done heard about me. A black star, most deaf quality. Good so them bad hoes try me. They try me. This is my
Spaz right there. We gonna do it the right way and show y'all how to do it.
Nah, for sure.
In the back of his mind.
Shout out to Dunk though.
She know.
I know his legitimate. Hey, all you gotta do is go outside and you feel it. Believe that. You go outside, they gonna know you.
Damn, she knows.
If you really who you say you are.
She knows.
Our folks in
And I
Atlanta.
know she knows.
Nah, for sure.
And I know she knows.
Shout out our folks in Atlanta. Shout out our folks staying the summer in New York.
What you want from me, but all right.
I was talking about Dunk.
Welcome to FPFO.
Damn,
Let it rock for a second. We don't really got much for y'all today, honestly. We did our training camp preview, I want to say a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Make sure to go check that out right now. I'll make sure I post it, tag it in the description. So if you want to go there, come back, whatever the case may be, we'll make sure that's posted. Make sure it's accurate. You'll see the card pop up as well. What else?
That's all. What's her name?
See?
My fault.
Oh, really? Oh, all right. Oh, okay. My bad. You like that?
No, I don't know who here that is.
Oh, I mean, it didn't come
Is
from
that
me.
the one that left this morning?
See, but if we start playing them games, then he get, soliloquy.
Yeah.
But with him, because they don't be tuned in like that. They don't be on his
For
Sure.
now. It's in the bio. They have every.
It is in the bio.
I mean, they have access.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm saying
imagine him
they just
telling-
don't with him. Like they just don't. They wouldn't impress him on the. They know
Sure.
better. They know better.
Now imagine him telling me we can't create content behind somebody that don't even watch.
I don't know if you watch or not.
I plead the fifth.
See?
Yeah, he gotta plead the fifth because he agreed.
Did I?
I don't recall.
I don't recall agreeing either.
Do you want me to bring up the conversation? You
I mean, I
definitely
remember the
agree,
whole-
so don't even cap.
Because that is the only reson why the conversation got brought up.
The only part that you didn't agree about is I was like, oh, I might have to drive separate. That's the only
You have
part
a clown. You have a clown sound.
Yeah, you need to put it on for you.
Welcome. Like I said, not much today. I just definitely wanted to come in and give y'all an episode because we made the tweet. We told y'all we would be coming on Friday, so we're going to come on Friday for sure. We'll uphold our word every step of the way. We'll make sure all of our subs are legitimate. We only gonna rock with the ones. We only gonna rock with the ones that rock with us.
How off are the numbers? That's my question.
Extremely.
Talking like
Can I-
a couple
can I
thousand
get a
subs
ratio?
and a couple
No,
hundred.
not like that. I'm saying that if our views are more than your views, every single video, and our views are more than your views on your shorts, there's absolutely no way you can have more subs than us. There's absolutely no way you can have more substance. Because I know how to math. I was near a mathematician in school. Don't let that dropout on the record fool you. No cap.
See, they didn't even know that.
It was about to.
I'd rather just be my own creator of my own narrative, because can't catch me up how they caught sketch. so I'm gonna just tell y'all every single step of the way what went on and what happened. And actually, that is a perfect segue to one of the topics that we have this week about the story of FPFO. But before we get there, welcome to For Panthers Fans Only. I'm your host JJ.
I'm your co-host Terrence.
I'm your producer Tavian.
Welcome back to another episode. Again, this is not our regular release date. I know, I get it, I understand. I know it gets frustrating sometimes when we do that. However, I believe we'll make up for it just based on, what is on the horizon for training camp, getting reports every day coming from there. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Twitter. Find us at For Panthers Fans Only on Instagram and TikTok, at FPFO_podcast on X. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for being here. Like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, all of that. With us on Rumble as well, just in case something ever happens on YouTube. It'll be an easy transition. It'll be, hopefully that never happens. But however, if it does, we'll have that backup there. And then, of course, you can find us on all DSPs, Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, iHeart Podcast, all of that. You can find us there as well.
And truly, truly the most important thing, tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Get the word out.
For sure. Tell a friend to tell a friend. FPFO. The Wave, make sure you tune in. Gentlemen, it's been a little while, or we say like a week and a half, 216 hours based on your stopwatch.
Yeah, something like that.
How are y'all doing? It's been a while.
I'm doing amazing. I have a lot of stuff to feel great about. NCAA dropped, so I've been on that the past week. This past week. I ain't even been to the gym. I've been slacking like that. That's where it got me at. And then I won a kickball championship yesterday.
Congratulations. You want a round of applause? Congratulations.
Another one. That was a two-peat. I'm chasing Jordan right now, so
Fair enough. Were you on that team as well?
Nope. I don't get told about these extracurriculars. The fun
Just
stuff.
Ty.
Yeah.
So Ty only gets that.
Right.
Ty's not even on the team.
Got it.
Well, in this case, it was just.
Okay. Now the math started mathing.
Yeah, I couldn't be a part of that for some reason.
Weird,
but
Bro, he don't even get off in time enough to make the game. So it's like,
I did before.
Well, when I walked in here today, both of y'all were playing NCAA. Both of y'all. So my whole thing is like, he got time to do something. Y'all both get off at the same time from what I seen today.
No, I mean,
that's not,
one of us get off at the right time. The other one, I mean, I don't know.
Hey, my schedule just aligned today where it so happened. I so happened to be blessed with the opportunity to be able to leave a little bit early. Because, when you get off them phones and I don't got to take calls anymore, it's a little bit of a different job. Now it's at my pace.
Sure. Fair enough. Well, did you do what you needed to do?
Oh, yeah. Can I warm up that button again? Because, we carried, Thank you. East Carolina defending national champions in college football. Shout out to my alma mater. I carried them to their first national championship in program history on NCAA this past week. I've been doing nothing but playing that game. I mean, it's been so amazing for that to drop. Really, it's been 2014 was the last time we had a drop. I mean, if y'all know anything about college football, which I clearly see a lot of people do because my timeline is full of it. Y'all know how dynasties used to get back in the day, staying up late all night, building them with your friends, arguing over the best prospects in the country, trying to build them, championship programs. It's just been super nostalgic, man. It's been awesome. I ain't gonna lie.
It's giving us a whole dialogue.
Yeah, it's crazy.
College football.
It's
crazy
because that's what it means, bro. That's what it means. Like it's really this is a moment in history for real. If we're being honest, like this game just came back. Right. 10 years on hiatus. I mean, it's been amazing. And then I know people like I couldn't even take voluntary time off of work to where they don't pay you, right? Like you don't get paid, no PTO, none of that. I couldn't take VTO because so many people was out the day college football dropped.
It's a movement.
It's really,
was you raise your hand? You was out? Oh,
Yeah, he was one
y'all
of them.
tweaking.
I got right up.
But what do
He
y'all
was
think is
one of
going to
them.
be big, like a bigger drop, that or GTA 6?
Ooh.
Because I feel like GTA 6 might break the internet.
I mean, GTA 6 is also
Yeah.
gonna be one of them ones.
Yeah.
But GTA does that like every time it drops. Like there's no mystery behind it. GTA Rockstar is a phenomenal company
And
when
they
it
have
comes
a
to producing games.
they have a bigger audience too, because you're grabbing the women. Like they play GTA. Like
Yeah.
yeah, fair
I mean,
enough.
But I
Larger
will say there was
demographic.
near for a pre-order. There was near 1 million people online the other night
Yeah,
that
it was
queued
insane.
up on NCAA.
Servers
That's
went
insane.
down.
That is
As soon as
insane.
the game dropped, the servers crashed.
Yeah, it was. Wicked.
I mean, it was insane.
I did have this girl tell me, she was like, Instagram been a lot quiet since that game dropped. Like, and I was
Is
like,
that true? I don't know. I mean,
mean,
I don't know. I don't know what she's judging and gaming.
I
that
told her
off of.
I ain't got really much to say to y'all right now.
At all. I put my disclaimer a day before, 2
Oh,
days
God, I see
before,
all your
a
close
day.
friends.
When the game dropped, I said goodbye. Y'all won't hear from me, and they haven't. I don't think I've posted since.
I did posted CC.
Yeah, because you fanned out. Because you didn't even post the fact that they got clipped. So, but I get it. I get it.
I mean,
when
why-
it comes to her, it doesn't matter win or loss. You know.
Why LeBron got clipped the night he broke the scoring record? Did we
But,
post him?
I mean, come on. Are we?
I mean, I'm just saying.
asking you.
I'm
Are we
just saying.
comparing the two?
Obviously, we're not comparing
All
the
right.
two, but I'm just saying that falls into the factor of sometimes you get clipped on the night you break records. That don't mean you don't deserve a post.
Can she guard Kennedy? Yes or no?
I mean, her defense is not really
Can
her.
Kennedy guard her?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely. Absolutely. She seems very, very guardable to me. I finally watched a full game of them against Dallas. She had a double-double. She broke the record, the assist record. That was phenomenal. But
With 24 points.
it just don't hit the same. Kennedy could strap her up easily. Because Dallas don't got nobody on their roster that's Kennedy. Except, well, I'm not going to say that. Shorty from Notre Dame. I don't know how to pronounce her name. But you know the one. Number 24, dark-skinned girl, African.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't even
I'll go
gonna try-
wash you.
Yeah,
I'll go wild. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, she a dog. But she don't be strapping up the
She-
way Kennedy do.
she
And
can't
Kennedy
be-
gets buckets.
Caitlin Clark can't be guarded, bro. She can be like, obviously,
Slow
it's not
down.
going to be like the scoring that she was doing in college, but on the grand
I feel
scheme
like
of
it will
things-
be one day.
Yeah.
Once she gets that shot to keep falling in the WNBA, she had to find her range out
Yeah.
there. Now she's starting to find it.
Because you get tired trying to guard somebody as soon as they step across half court.
Just like Steph.
Because that can go up at any time.
Is she Steph? That's what you're saying? Is that what you're suggesting?
A women's a women's basketball?
Yes.
Yeah, she is, unfortunately.
Of the WNBA.
Yes.
Yes.
The level she's on now.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay. I mean, I see both of y'all fan out. What do y'all want me to say? What do y'all want me to say?
She a dog.
What else happened? I saw, might as well state WNBA. I saw how, I don't even know what team that was, but Angel Reese was on her way to get, 15 double-doubles in a row or something like that? You seen
Put
that?
4 on her.
That's weird activity. That's weird as hell. And I just want to say, if that happened to Caitlin Clark, I mean, the media would have a meltdown.
I mean, it's also weird that they were down by like 15, right? And they were trying to force feed her the ball right there at the end of the
let
game.
her continue
just
her
to-
record.
It's also weird that I see most of her rebounds come off her misses. Like, that's the weird part. Like, and I don't know if she does it on purpose. I'm not gonna say that because honestly, she can't really make a lay. Like, for her to be as tall as she is, she struggles to make layups, and it's been that way since high school. I watched some of her high school highlights, and it was just
She
I was-
really does hoop the same.
I was like, yeah, and I was like,
As her high school self.
Yeah.
it
bro,
looks
she hoops
very
exactly
it
the
looks
same.
very nasty, and like it's hard for her to make layups. So I guess that could be the reason why she's rebounding most of her own misses. But like it's just very nasty work, and so I don't put that much into like the double stuff, which is cool. But it's
What
like
you do for the assist, though.
it's cool, but it's
out of
like an
curiosity.
asterisk there.
Okay. It's always an
I think it
asterisk.
takes a lot more to get an assist than it does to rebound.
I feel like
Could-
if Caitlin Clark's teammates could make a shot, she would have the double record.
Yeah, I mean
They were hitting the other night.
they were.
Finally, they done got better every step of the way this season. And never mind,
Because that game,
because you don't want to give her credit for making them.
yeah.
Just think about how bad Iowa was like 2 years ago when they had made that chip. or they made their championship run and Caitlin was the only one scoring.
Yeah.
Then they came out this year. They were just a little bit better, and they went a little bit further. That's what she does.
And now they'll be nothing.
Yeah, I mean, we'll never hear from that program.
They never won. They never won anything. What did they win? They won nothing. But it's okay. I understand. We like to be fanned out.
But did they?
They didn't win anything.
But okay, yeah, true. But like in the midst of all of that, like craziness that happened on the Iowa run, they beat a South Carolina team that was one of the most loaded teams. They beat them
2 years ago. And what did Angel do?
I'm just saying they beat them, and then they also beat that same team with Angel on them the following year.
And then got what? Clipped by South Carolina. Clipped by Don.
I mean, yeah, that's what happens. You got elite programs all around. Didn't they clip Paige in them? I'm tripping.
I don't know if Iowa beat. Did Iowa and them beat Paige? I forgot.
I don't know. I think South Carolina might have.
I don't know what. I don't remember what side of the bracket
yeah.
they were on. What else happened? We're just getting y'all up to speed, giving y'all our opinions on a couple of things. Oh, Uncle Don about got clipped. Uncle Don about got clipped. They tried to get bro up out of here. But I'm not going to spend too much time on it because this is not political commentary. I'm just going to say do your research. Is that good enough?
Yeah.
Is that good enough?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds fine to me.
Are you or are you not under the belief that this is an establishment move? This whole assassination attempt? Or do you not want to get into it? I think it was establishment. I'll say my.
Well, when you say establishment, do you mean like, are you going the stage route?
Yes, but not necessarily. I'm not going to say not staged. I think it was planned. I don't think it was staged. And I don't believe that it was planned on Trump's end either. I think it was the establishment. And the establishment is not party by party. The establishment is the establishment.
Yeah.
I think they tried. I think when you get somebody that has the ability to be in a position of power and you have the establishment and you're not fully bought into the establishment, yeah. So there's an option to get you up out of here.
Yeah, but I just feel like if that was the case, then they would have got the job done.
Yeah, I don't think
because you don't send that to go.
I don't know if they
hit
sent
like that.
I don't know if they sent that. I think that may have been the cover for what they sent. But I've been seeing a lot of videos of something on the water tower too.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done my research on it. I just don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
fair enough. We'll move on from it.
No, I was about to say I don't think it was like that super deep state thing.
I do,
but I do think what you had was like an incredibly incompetent security staff. Because like you can't tell me
there's never been a situation in U.S. history really where there was an incompetent security staff.
Right.
Everybody that has been clipped because they needed to be clipped.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think you had an incredibly incompetent security staff, but I think because if you got people in the crowd being like, yo, he's on the roof with a gun, like, and they can see it without, like, they can see it with their bare eyes. So you telling me them dudes with the snipers on the roof with the scopes?
My man said he saw him and he asked to take the shot and he was told to stand down.
And then that was,
So, I mean,
we
can move on. We can move on because I'm not. I don't want to lose subscribers. So we can move on. But if y'all want to have that conversation, come to training camp and we can talk about it for sure.
Yeah. The profile they're building of the shooter was lonely, depressed.
I mean, of course, but that's all stuff. Vibes. Yeah, that's all stuff you're gonna have in order. He fits the profile.
That is true.
You're gonna have all of that in order.
Never mind. I'm gonna say, you know who we need on to talk about this. They would go on a soliloquy.
But they can't. But they can't. Let's see. We'll get into the pod now, I guess. Let's see. This is not going to be a long episode at all. We really don't have much for y'all. Except for the second half. The second half, I would definitely encourage you to stay for the second half. We're going to tell, the story of FPFO, how it came together. I know a lot of you guys are newer viewers over the past 2 or 3 months that we've obtained. I know a lot of you guys are going to come back after training camp. There will be a lot of new viewers after training camp and during training camp as well that'll want to take a look at our catalog and things of that nature. So just wanted to take that opportunity to kind of tell y'all our story, how this thing even got started, and, Yeah, so definitely highly encouraged to either fast forward to the second part or stay into the second part, but not going to be that long of an episode. We'll touch on a couple of things. The last time we were in here, me and Terrence had a very, very heated debate about Bryce Young, where he ranked on the roster from a talent standpoint.
What's new?
Andy Dalton. Is Bryce better than Andy Dalton? So I have the poll results. So, first we asked the question, is Andy Dalton better than Bryce Young? 75% of the voters said no. Then we asked, is Bryce Young the top 5 player on the roster? 66% of the voters said no. Then we went to Instagram. That was on Twitter or X, whatever. Then we went to Instagram. Is Bryce the top 5 player? 61% yes. And then on Instagram, who's better, Andy or Bryce? And 62% said Bryce. So I don't know if that tells you anything. It doesn't really tell me much. It tells me that our Instagram following is fan out behind us. That's what it tells me.
Wow, now it's that.
That's what it tells me.
Any way to paint the narrative your way. I get it. Heavy is the head.
Fair enough. Touche.
I felt like it was accurate as far as the, I thought the Andy Dalton being better than Bryce was kind of outlandish when he said it at the time. Not going to lie. I did feed into it, though, because I thought it was a good little narrative to run. But I did think the Bryce not being a top 5 player was very accurate because
I still agree with that. I still wholeheartedly stand on that. And to be honest, I still think that Andy Dalton is better than Bryce as an overall quarterback.
I mean, career-wise, yeah, because Andy Dalton's been in the league for
he's more
like
developed.
15 years.
Yeah, he's more developed, so it's kind of difficult to, I guess, even present that question.
It would have been better if you said, like, at the end of the day, who's going to have had a better season, Bryce or Andy Dalton?
Or a better career.
But yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah,
yes.
better career.
But it's hard. It's hard to do that.
Still feel like that's still.
You don't think that would be?
It's still tough.
No, I feel like that would still be a tough. You to say who will have had a better career.
Yeah, I mean, if Bryce is supposed to be that guy, which you and I both believe he will be, I don't think it's going to be hard for Bryce to have a better career than Andy Dalton.
Has he had a receiver like AJ Green, or what was bro name? What was their other receiver? Yeah,
Ocho Cinco. No.
He did.
Ocho Cinco played with Carson Palmer.
Yeah. I think
Gonzalez did too. So who did
they had AJ Green.
AJ Green?
Yeah, they had AJ Green. That was about it.
Okay.
But I think it'll be. I mean, we'll see this year because he's got Deontay Johnson, who's not. I'm not saying he's like AJ Green because AJ Green in his prime was top 3, hands down.
So.
But he's gonna have Deontay Johnson. He's got Adam Thielen still in the tuck, and then he'll have Xavier Legette now as well, who has been getting an outrageous amount of hype in this dead period. You know, as they do. They went and started finding old clips of Debo hyping him up and shit in college, and now they believe he's going to be kind of like Debo in some weird way, which he's not, because Debo and him are 2 completely different players. So go ahead and get that out your head, Panthers Nation. But Xavier Legette is supposed to be that dude, so we'll find out.
Off of that, since you went to San Francisco, Brandon Ayuk has officially requested a trade from the San Francisco 49ers. Let's not make this a 20-minute thing, okay? I'm here because y'all said that he was worth the first-round pick. Our producer even went as far as to say as he would even consider moving 2 first-round picks for him. So, if you're the Carolina Panthers in the current position they're in, I want to know if y'all will make a move for Brandon Ayuk and what is the absolute ceiling. Realistically. Like 2 first-round picks is not a conversation.
Yeah, I don't think.
But realistically, would y'all make a move for him? Who would y'all be willing to give up? What would y'all be willing to give up? And do you think it's the right move for the Carolina Panthers to go after Brandon Ayuk after he officially asked for a trade?
No. I don't think it's the right move for the Carolina Panthers to make that play because you already have your receiving core. You have everything intact now. You already. If you had never made the play for Deontay, then yes. And if taking Deontay out of the picture, then I'm saying a first, maybe a second, 2 picks for Brandon Ayuk in a new deal. But because you have Deontay Johnson, it's no longer feasible for the Panthers. But I think there is a team. If there is a team out there, if you're just going to ask, should somebody make the trade for Brandon Ayuk? Absolutely.
I mean, of course. Of course, the answer to that is yes.
Yeah, I agree with what Tavian said. I don't think that the Panthers in their situation should go throw a first for Brandon Ayuk, but I still stand beside the fact that Brandon Ayuk, like, he will be traded for a first-round pick at least. But I don't think that the Carolina Panthers should be the one to make the move, being the fact that they did go and get Deontay Johnson. They have Xavier Legette. They still have Jonathan Mingo, who they drafted in, the second round?
Yes.
Still have him. Adam Thielen, he's at the tail end of his career, but I just feel like, I mean, that receiving core will be crazy, in my opinion, but
that's why I think you do it. That's why I completely disagree with y'all.
But I don't.
You can't have enough weapons for a young quarterback that struggled, had an atrocious year last year.
But would you want them to throw a first round pick to go get him? Like, if that's the asking price, then it's like, no, you don't. But I mean, a second, yeah, we can work with that.
I would probably give up a second and a piece.
Yeah.
I don't know who that piece would be, because with all due respect, there's not a lot of, from a talent standpoint, there's not a lot of pieces that I feel like.
J.C. Horn.
I mean, you can't make that move because that's the only cornerback you have. With all due respect,
It's also the only movable piece you really got.
I mean, yeah, it is, but I don't know if I would move off of J.C. Horn for AIYUK. I don't know if I would do that. I probably would not do that unless I knew that I had Gilmore for at least 2 years.
I don't even know if I would do that though.
That is another thing to think about too, bro. Because I mean, like you said, JC is really the only leverage point you have. You're not going to be able to move Miles Sanders for anything. They have no use for him. You're definitely not going to move any of your O linemen.
Can't move a tight end.
You definitely can't move DB. Don't need a tight end. So it's just like I don't even know if we have anything to offer them besides picks.
Draft capital.
And I mean, bro, I'm under the belief, but I will say this because the only reason why I even wanted to bring this up was because, again, like it typically is, it was a dialogue on Twitter. But I am under the belief that the Carolina Panthers fan base as a whole has a problem with obtaining talent. And then when we do have talent, our fan base is it is way too comfortable with letting them move on. Like how we saw with Brian Burns. Like a lot of people were done with Brian Burns. I would probably put you under that umbrella. Just based on the effort, but at the same time, Brian Burns, based on ESPN, based on the execs, the same list that we referred to last week when we talked about Derrick Brown, is number 7, I believe. Top 10 edge rushers. He was number 7.
We reordered that list a lot, but yeah.
No. I'm talking about what do you mean?
I'm saying like you saying based on the list that we used for Derrick Brown, but I'm saying just because they say he's top 7, I don't know if that's.
Oh, you're saying when we talked about it, we reordered it. So you're saying that you don't necessarily believe that he's top 7.
I mean, I don't know. I would have to look at a list of DNs. I don't know, but I did see the same thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. I think that in order to be a winning football team, you have to have talent. That's what I believe. In order to be a winning football team, you have to have talent. And when your scouting department has showed the inability to scout properly, as we saw, like we talked about again last week, with all of the guys that we have currently on the bubble. When you look at Zavala, when you look at Cade Mays, when you look at Terrace Marshall Jr., etc., when you look at these guys that are currently on the bubble that have been drafted in the past 2, 3, 4 years, then it's alarming. And the only way you can get talent is by obtaining it via trade. So that draft capital, like I used to be a huge proponent for draft capital, but nowadays it's just like, bro, if we can't get the job done in the draft, then what's the point?
But
there's more than one ways to skin a cat. Ain't that the saying?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
absolutely.
So you definitely can. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but you definitely can be a team that either trades all your draft picks, like the Rams, and just goes out and gets it, or you can be a draft and development franchise, kind of like the Chiefs. Because who's coming to the Chiefs in free agency? Nobody.
Hollywood Brown. But I mean, I digress.
Like, be for real though. Like Hollywood Brown is like a tier 2, tier 3 free agent.
Hollywood Brown would be a starting receiver for the Carolina Panthers.
I mean, yeah, that's not
Hollywood Brown
you can have 3 starting receivers.
Before Deontay Johnson was moved to Carolina, Hollywood Brown would have came in and been option number 1 for the Carolina.
Yeah, 100%. He was option number 1 in Baltimore when he was there. He was option number 1 in Arizona when he was there. But those cores, those receiving rooms were like severely lacking, just like Kansas City's is.
I mean, yeah. I guess.
So, but actually, I'm glad that you brought up Kansas City because that was going to be my point to that. Though you also like my rebuttal to, saying going out and getting Deontay Johnson, you can't just go out and get a bunch of receivers. Like, part of being a good football team is being a balanced football team. And just because you get a lot of receivers in the room now, like, you're still going to be unbalanced because the defense still needs help. Like, you need to be well.
You got Gilly on the wire, and you got Xavier Howard on the wire. You have two or three more names that are serviceable on the wire.
We already talked. Xavier Howard isn't going to anybody, though. He's got too many off the field issues right now, and he's too long in the tooth at this point with his off the field issues for anybody to want to pick him up. Gilly is also old. Like, he's an old cornerback at this point. He doesn't have much left in the tank. Like, do you really want to bring that in and be like, hey, you're cornerback one? Like, it might work for 2 or 3 games, but it's not going to sustain you for an entire season, especially coming off of shoulder surgery. How willing are you going to be to drop that shoulder and go in and make tackles now? You just got it repaired, and you're also at the tail end of your career. Like, you're going to be second guessing, like, do I want to walk around geriatric for the rest of my life? Like, do I want that pain? Or, like, that's also an issue. So, again, to that, I just say you don't need to load up on wide receivers. That's just all the more reason to not go get Brandon AIYUK. It just doesn't make sense for the Panthers.
Yeah,
I disagree.
The only thing that I would say with the draft pick thing is, like, I mean, you will be right as far as, like, you haven't really done shit with the draft picks in the past, but this is a completely new regime. So would you not want to give them, some kind of leeway or, like, at least give them a chance? Like, because if they did hit on this draft, then I think we will all be very comfortable with going into multiple drafts with this same regime. So it's like, we don't want to handicap them in the future by throwing away all of their draft picks to go and get a Brandon AIYUK, even though that would be a good situation for the Carolina Panthers.
That would be a phenomenal situation.
Yeah, I think it all turns back to the fact that Dave Tepper, Frank Wright, Matt Rule, like, they fucked the team. Like, in the grand scheme of things, you just got to look deeper. I know people don't want to keep talking about this old regime, but at the same time, it's still rearing this ugly head into what's happening now.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. I agree with that sentiment. I still also believe that if you have the means to do it and it's not insane, I think you do it. Would I be upset with giving up that first-round pick? I think I was extremely vocal on that. A lot of people had a lot to say about that on TikTok and everything like that. But, I mean, if that's the cost of playing ball, that's the cost of doing business, but you get Brandon AIYUK for 4 or 5 years guaranteed, I would say yes. Because I think that every single person in this room would agree that Brandon AIYUK is better than Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then you have 2 wide receiver ones this season, and then you either extend Deontay, which I highly doubt we would do if we got Brandon AIYUK and sign him to that kind of deal, or you let him walk. But either way, you're solid. Because we don't know what XL is going to do. We don't. We know Adam Thielen is old. We know he has this may be his last hurrah. We understand that. We don't know what Mingo is going to be. We don't know what JT Sanders is going to be. We don't know if Tommy Tremble will take that next step in his development. So, I am just under the belief that there's absolutely no way that you can win football games the way that offense looked last year. And you shore all of that up by bringing in as many weapons as possible. That has been the theme of this offseason. Get Bryce Young weapons. You bet the house on them, now build around them.
And I think
so
they've
who goes
done
to
that.
the bench?
It doesn't matter. We can go 4 deep. It doesn't matter who goes to the bench. That's not my concern. At that point, it's on Dave Canales and Brandon Izzy to get the job done. At that point.
But I'm asking you, if you're in their position, who goes to the bench?
Thielen. I mean, that's very, very easy and simple.
Your leading receiver from last season?
Yes, bye. Absolutely. You can come in and you can be a role player now. Thank you so much for your service. You got 1,000+ yards in a 2-win season. Thank you. We're forever indebted. But unfortunately, time has passed you by, and now we have 3 young demons that's ready to go get money. And also on top of that, we just paid him $26.5, $27 million, and Brandon AIYUK, that's not really a hard sell to. I don't think that's a hard sell to Thielen. I don't think that's a hard sell to Bryce. I don't think that's a hard sell to the fan base.
Okay, but go ahead.
I just think, like, they should put their stock somewhere else. Like, we have one cornerback, like, realistically.
Yeah.
Like this offense it can be loaded from top to bottom. But is the offense going to be having to put up 40 points a game to compete? Because the defense is going to look like bullshit on the back end.
And not only that, like, because you brought up the numbers, Brandon Ayuk is seeking a new contract. Deontay Johnson is also seeking a new contract.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to pay. Both of them are going to want top receiver money. You're not going to be able to pay 2 wide receivers top receiver money.
You're not. But would you rather, like I just said, I think we can all agree, but I'll ask you the question for the sake of the conversation. Do you think that Ayuk is better than Deontay Johnson?
Yes, but I'm
pretty sure they're like the same age.
There's an asterisk to it because I think they're the same type of player. Like, I think they have very similar play styles. I think they're the same type of player. One is better.
Yes,
but you already have the other one. So there's no need to go
the
get.
Other one that you guys told me that
y'all
have
the poor man's version of Brandon Ayuk.
And y'all told me that y'all would refuse to pay him. Pre him
doing something.
Yeah.
Pre him doing something.
Absolutely.
Right. So, and then I posed we had the conversation deeper, and I said, okay, cool. Well, do y'all believe that Deontay Johnson is going to stay in Carolina? If he hits the open market, I can tell you the answer to that is going to be absolutely not.
Do you think?
Because why would you? What free agents want to come to Carolina right now? Besides Jadeveon Clowney, who we've already been vocal about, we feel like he's on the back end of his career and his best football has passed him.
It's just digging a hole deeper. Like, you've already wasted not wasted, but you already spent draft capital getting Deontay Johnson. Then you're going to go spend
a 5th round pick.
Then you're going to go spend more draft capital to bring Brandon Ayuk in. Both of them are asking for relatively similar amounts of money, probably about $5 million apart from each other, realistically. So you just signed Deontay for 1 season just to let him walk, just like you did with Gilly.
Yeah,
just like you did with Hassan Reddick.
What is a 5th round pick like realistically?
Okay, but
he cost Dante Jackson, he cost Dante Jackson, who was about to be cut, and then a 5th round pick.
But
unfortunately, you're not really hitting much on a 5th round pick.
But you brought him in for a reason.
For free. The reason was to give Bryce the reason was to see if he has it and to give Bryce a weapon. If you can go get somebody that you know has it, who's gone for over 1,000 yards the past 2 seasons, who we've all deemed to be better than the version of himself that we have right now, for an additional $4.5 million, yes.
It just doesn't. I just don't see like the feasibility.
Because you're thinking about right now. You're thinking about this season. You're thinking about this season.
I'm thinking about the next couple of seasons.
Okay, so you pay one of the two.
And I'm thinking back to all the times that the Panthers have traded for guys just for a 1-year deals, and then they just let them walk out the door. Now, how much better would this team be if they had Hassan Reddick?
He was a free agent. Nobody wanted Hassan Reddick. We gave Hassan Reddick life.
How much better would this team be if they had Hassan Reddick? That was my question.
Significantly.
How much better would they have been if they had kept Gilly and they had Hassan Reddick?
Significantly.
All right, then. So what's the point in keep getting these 1-year rental players just to let them walk out the door, just to not make the playoffs and make your draft position slightly worse because you might win 1 or 2 more games because these guys are on the team? That's the way you've done
yourself. You're contradicting yourself,
no,
and you don't realize it.
How?
Because when we had the conversation about paying Deontay Johnson before the season even starts, and I was the only one on the side of the fence of paying him now, y'all ridiculed me. Now you're saying that the 1-year rental idea isn't ideal. So it's just like, which one is it? Because if we go get Brandon Ayuk right now, Brandon Ayuk is going to have a new deal before he comes to Carolina. The trade just simply won't happen. So it wouldn't be a 1-year rental. It would be a 4 or 5 year contract.
But this is a different situation, though. Deontay Johnson, Hassan Reddick was proven. He was a guy in the NFL, top.
He was a jag. He was just a guy.
No, he was not. No, he was not.
At that point, when Hassan Reddick came into Carolina, he was just a guy. He was. That's why nobody else wanted to touch him. That's why we were able to get him for a 1-year deal at minimal cost. Hassan Reddick was not being touched by anybody else in the NFL.
He wasn't, but that's because Hassan Reddick wanted a certain type of contract that people weren't willing to give him.
Right, and he got a 1-year deal,
but
and
Hassan
we turned
Reddick
him
was
up.
Not a jack. Hassan Reddick was better at what he does than Deontay Johnson has been at what he's done in the NFL.
But he's not better than Ayuk.
Yes, and Stephon Gilmore was a defensive player of the year.
That's a whole nother conversation. But I totally agree. I totally agree on that front.
I just think this is a different situation. In this situation, I do think it's better to let Deontay Johnson play out this contract because maybe he's not that guy. But Hassan Reddick, there wasn't a question. He was that guy. Stephon Gilmore, there wasn't a question.
When we offered him money,
he was that guy.
Yeah, and then when we offered him money, he didn't want the deal.
But I'm
which
just
is
saying those
what
are.
I'm saying, which was my whole point 2 weeks ago when I said you pay Deontay now before he even has the opportunity to prove his value to the rest of the league so you don't run into this problem. Because we could be looking next offseason at this exact time and looking at this wide receiver core like, I guess I'm thankful we have XL. And then who else? You go get AIYUK now, you seal him up for 4 or 5 years, that opportunity doesn't even present itself because there's absolutely been no discussion based on what I've seen and heard about Deontay Johnson getting an extension this offseason. So we're going into another
As it
season.
should.
Okay, fair enough. But this is why I said this fan base, there's an epidemic within this fan base of just being fucking allergic, like reactive to not wanting talent. It's like weird. Not wanting talent, and then when you have talent in the room and in the building, not doing what's necessary to obtain it.
I don't think they're necessarily
Or to
wrong by
retain it,
not
excuse
wanting
me,
to
retain
jump
it.
to pay him now. Like, if that's what you're basing that statement off of, I mean, I don't think that's wrong. Like,
Okay.
what has he done?
I'm just telling you. I'm telling you that next year we could be having a conversation where Deontay Johnson isn't in the room and people are pissed about it.
Well, I'm damn near just willing to bet on that.
Okay. Fair enough. We spoke about scouts earlier and just the Carolina, kind of fits right in to the conversation that we're currently having. The news broke from Joe Person. College scout Joel Patton, is that correct? Joel Patton is retiring. Per source, Patton has been the team's Midwest area scout since being hired by Dave Gettleman in 2016. To replace him, the Carolina Panthers brought in Eagle scout Brad Obie, who will take over Midwest scouting duties based on that retirement.
Good.
Solid move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say a solid move. I'm happy with it. I would have to assume that the success that the Eagles have seen in the draft over the past 5 or 6 years, he's contributed to it. So
I would love to see the scout that just left's list of players that he's vouched for and have been drafted by the Panthers, and the scout that is coming in list of players that he's vouched for the Eagles, and kind of compare to see where, how
Where
much
they
of
align.
an influence that this guy is going to be, and how much of an influence that the scout that's leaving was on some of these horrible draft classes that the Panthers have seen over the last couple of years.
I'm surprised he made it this far. 2016 with Dave Gettleman. Then I start doing some math, and I'm just saying if he had anything to do with any of the last 4 draft classes, his ass should have been gone. He shouldn't even have had the opportunity to retire, but I digress.
If I'm thinking Midwest, like those are schools like that would be like a Notre Dame, Michigan,
So Tommy Tremble,
right? Who else
Barrett
is
kid
coming?
that we just brought in.
Probably ain't going to be on shit now.
Who else? I don't know. But that is just a bit of news. That was really the only news. I'm going to check real quick. But that was really the only news that came from the Carolina Panthers camp over the last week and a half that we've been gone. Adam Thielen said that he wanted to play for the Chiefs. I don't know if that's news, but another
blame
nigga
him?
fan the fuck out.
Can you blame him?
Nope, not at all. He just wanted to. So now he said he has a point to prove.
I don't know why he said it. Like, I think certain stuff, just doesn't really need to be said, but
I don't think it was that deep though. I think somebody just asked somebody. It was like
It was
a
at a
fan
golf
reporting
tournament.
him, like,
Yeah.
Thielen, you should have came to the Chiefs. He was like, I tried. I think that was all, and then it got blown out of proportion.
I still feel like at the same time, like it
No
wasn't
news?
necessary.
Yeah,
But
Keep your mouth shut.
I don't.
You in Carolina now, and that's goes back to the conversation
So
again.
he should have said what?
Nothing.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I don't
that's
play.
exactly
Well,
what
I
he
don't.
should've
I don't
said.
play for the Chiefs.
Are you
I
excited
play
to
for
play
the
the?
Panthers.
Yes. Are you excited to play the Chiefs this week or this year? It's just another game on the schedule, and go hit your 9-iron. Simple as that. But cool. We want to be fanned out.
Yeah, go whack that shit.
But we want to be fanned out. So cool. Let me see. That's really legitimately the only thing that I have. As I stated before, if you don't already comment, subscribe, click on the G2S network below so you can go to our channel and go take a look at our training camp preview. I'll post it. I'll make sure that I tag it so you guys have easy access to it because we did do a full camp breakdown And I think it took us actually 2 weeks really to dive totally into just all of the stories and everything we had going on. So go do that right now. Go check that out. If you're looking for your training camp material, looking for what you need to be prepared for. Also, if you're wanting to go to training camp and there's a day that tickets are sold out, DM us on Instagram, or you can even comment under the video. We'll figure out how to get in touch with you. But I have a lot of days where I have a lot of extra tickets, so if you guys need some, let me know, and we'll make something shake on that front. Free of charge. 100% free of charge for sure. Let's see. Why is he shaking his head like that? Do y'all have y'all's tickets ready?
Y'all want another winning ticket? Like, hey, if you didn't put in that winning ticket last week, I feel bad for you.
Did you even win it? I don't even know if you won it. I didn't
go count up then, boy.
I didn't even go check it.
Go count up
if you had won it or not. So that's something that I need to do my research on.
Go count up then.
If y'all don't have it ready, I have Dylan's ready. But I don't know if...
Yeah. Pop Dylan's.
Okay, cool. Let me pull his up real quick. This instrumental is so crazy. I'm not gonna hold you. Plus 759. This is the juice. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Terrence finally got his first win, so you know he's kind of happy.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of happy. But the thing about it is, nobody has gone anywhere for our personal juice. Everybody that has a win, Dylan and Terrence, only have one win. Football season is right around the corner. They get excited because they have a win. That's fine. That's phenomenal. But I'm not buzzed personally because I know football season is coming, and I know I'm going to make y'all a lot of bread when football season does finally arrive. If you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We always are appreciative of you guys, y'all support, the love that y'all constantly show. So if you don't already, again, like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, tap in with us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Rumble, DSPs, everywhere. Make sure to do that right now. Plus 769. Check that. Plus 759 at the time of entry for Dylan, our content manager, 4-leg parlay. He took on Friday afternoon, so you have to get it in quick. Cincinnati Reds money line, New York Yankees money line, Baltimore Orioles money line, and Team USA women's to cover the 5.5 spread. Minus 5.5 on that front. Again, that was Team USA women's minus 5.5. Orioles money line, Yankees money line, Reds money line. Lock that in right now. Run the risk of maybe getting some bread, or you run the risk of just making a donation. Either way, I like the ticket. If it was me personally, I would tail it. Are you ready? Yep. I gave y'all a lot of time. I'm not going to lie. I'm really like that when it comes to that MCM, but go ahead.
I'm ready. I got y'all a winning ticket plus 1405.
Good Lord.
We got the
donation.
We're taking the Yankees. We're taking the Yankees money line against the Tampa Bay Rays. I mean, my God, can the Yankees win a fucking game, please? It's the Rays. The Rays are no good.
We just won a series.
Y'all have had the entire All-Star break. Can we get back to some winning fucking baseball? Yankees money line against the Rays. And then I'm taking the Rangers with the upset on the Baltimore Orioles. Nathan Eovaldi, Nasty Nate on the mound against the Orioles. I just got the Rangers winning that one. Then I'm taking, now listen up, if you really just want to put in a play, just to put in a fucking play, take this one. WNBA All-Stars versus Team USA. They left CC off the fucking Olympic team, and what do you think she's going to do to them bitches when they see them? Light them the fuck up. WNBA All-Stars, I'm taking them.
That like that hard.
I'm taking them. I'm taking them bitches. She's going to light them bitches up. You hear me? And then, to close out the ticket, we got Jaren Durant to record a hit against the Dodgers. Jaren Durant, shout out to you. I was calling for you to be an all-star. And what do you go out and do? Win the fucking MVP. Shout out to Jaren Durant. Get a hit against the Dodgers. Plus 1405. Go ahead and lock in. Take it. Take your money. Take your money.
Terrence, you're next up.
Give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm putting together something.
You like that ticket?
Yes, I do. I think that ticket will hit. Do you want to give them a lock?
Jaren Durant.
Fair enough.
Actually, WNBA All-Stars. CC. Lock.
Okay. Not mad at it. I'm ready if you want.
Hold up. Yeah, you go ahead.
Plus 560. You can lock this whole ticket in. Plus 560, lock this whole ticket in. Yankees, money line. Juanito to record a hit, SGP. Washington Nationals to cover plus 1.5 against the Cincinnati Reds. I really wanted to take them money line because Patrick Corbin is on the mound. The Nationals, for whatever reason, they have a soft spot in my heart that has developed this season. I don't know why. Maybe it's because CJ Abrams has made me a little bit of money this year. For whatever reason, I wanted to take them money line, but instead I just took them plus 1.5. I think they'll cover. So Nationals plus 1.5. Lane Thomas to record a hit. Another SGP for you there. And then give me the Orioles money line. I'm fading Tavian on that. Nathan Eovaldi has kind of struggled a little bit this year. I think the Baltimore Orioles in that second half, they're going to get back hot. They struggled going into the All-Star break. I think they're going to heat back up. They have a deadly lineup. All of the young talent they have. I like the Baltimore Orioles money line against the Texas Rangers. In Texas, no jet lag. You know, they didn't have to get back on a jet. They could have easily stayed. They could have easily stayed right in Arlington where the All-Star break was being held. And, you know, that shouldn't play a factor. So give me the Orioles money line on that. My lock off of that ticket is going to be the Nationals at plus 1.5. I think they win the ball game. I just don't know how much I trust it enough to take a money line. Nationals plus 1.5 locked in against the Texas Rangers.
All right, I'm back with another winning ticket. This is plus 1579. Now, this is a non-lead ticket, but
oh my God.
Yeah, but listen up, nigga. But the thing is that this is not a hard non-lead ticket to hit. So you have the Reds money line, you have Ellie De La Cruz to get a hit, you have the Yankees money line, you have Aaron Judge to get a hit for the Baltimore Orioles. You have Gunnar Henderson. You have Adley Rutschman. And Boston against Los Angeles. You have Shohei to get a hit. You have Rafi to get a hit. And you have Trey Turner to get a hit for the Phillies.
What's the lock?
Lock, I'm going to go with Shohei to get a hit.
Shohei to get a hit?
Shohei to get a hit, that's a lock. I'm going to also go with Trey Turner to get a hit. That's a lock. I damn near want to put Trey Turner getting 2 hits.
You should have.
And Adley getting a hit.
I lock mine in. It's in play. If y'all lose, I lose. Also, just want to say for the record, I've been extremely hot the past couple of days. Chicago Sky money line over 46.5 third quarter. Bang it. All-Star game. I got a banger off of that one. I got a banger off of Teoscar. Yeah. A lot of money was been made. Thug Rose and the Atlanta Braves money line. That was a little 2-leg parlay plus money at plus 112. Another banger. It's been, you know, when you get hot, it's fun.
Let me hold something.
I don't got nothing for you to hold, bro. I'm not gonna lie. If I did, then I would, but my shit is loaded up.
It's crazy how they do you.
$100 plus dollars in the account right now. My savings account, aka FanDuel, even though they don't pay us, but it's locked in there.
They got that number on there when you first log in.
I know, 1-800-something gambler. I already know. Or maybe that's the whole thing, 1-800 gambler.
You called them?
No. For what? 1-800 GAM. Yeah, 1-800 gambler. I know it. I don't need it. I'm good.
Well, story time.
Now, if you're new here, you might be familiar with Dunk, owner of Unnecessary Bluntness, friend of the show. We've done a couple of different collaborative episodes with him. We've told the story before on his podcast, but I just wanted to take some time out before training camp, just kind of, preparing and kind of a fun, I guess, quote unquote thing that you could say, just to give you guys some information about us. And what is so funny? What am I doing?
No, it's not you. It's this one.
He can't stay hydrated, bro.
Bro, he got to do.
Yeah, but just wanting to prepare y'all for camp. Also, the new viewers, I wanted to do something. I wanted to take the time out to give you guys a story so you could kind of get a better feeling and understanding for who we are, how this thing came about. And yeah, I'm just under the belief that content creation, when you tell your story and you are able to create your narrative and you're as transparent with the people that support you as possible, I think that relationship becomes a lot deeper, I guess you could say. So that's why I just wanted to take the time to do this real quick. So I'll try and make this as quick as possible. If you want the long version, maybe you'll get it one day from me, but I doubt it. So how did we get here? So I want to say during COVID, 4 or 5 years ago, I started a company called Goodies and Two Shoes. It was designed to bring the worlds of sports, music, and fashion together. We started out by reselling clothing, boutique style, however you want to, word that. That's how it started. It quickly turned into a little bit more. I used to listen to Gary Vaynerchuk a lot, and he was just talking about the importance of content creation. So fast forward a little bit during that time, with the clothing reselling, kind of ventured off into podcasting overall, created a podcast called Good Talk. Did that for a little while, went well. During that time, however, I faced a conflict where the Carolina Panthers are ass, and they have been ass for a long time. And a lot of people, just based on from a national standpoint, a lot of people didn't want to hear about the Carolina Panthers. However, the Carolina Panthers are my favorite sports team, my favorite professional sports team. So I faced a conflict there. Thus, for Panthers fans only was birthed. Did that for, I want to say, probably 4 or 5 months to start it off. Just doing, like I said, doing my own thing, just as a solo act, whatever the case was. Contacted a couple of friends, gave them the opportunity, and only one, took that step and jumped off the bridge with me, so to speak. And that was, my co-host here. How we know each other and how, the producer and the co-host and the host, how we all tie into each other. Met Tavian, our producer, in college, freshman year. I don't even know how we met. I don't even remember how we met. How did we even meet?
I feel like it was in the basement of Tyler, where many things occurred. So on the
a lot of things.
Yeah,
occurred.
we used to live in we used to go to East Carolina University, all of us, and it was a phenomenal place. Shout out to our university. We love our school. Very much so. But when we were in college, everybody used to gather in this one dorm in particular called Tyler Hall. And they would play like spades, or we would just kind of play music and just chat shit, just sitting in the basement watching people come in and out of the dorms, really. And they had this like little waiting area. And I had met some people that JJ had also met, and like we had all just kind of naturally gravitated and formed our little friend group, I guess. And that's kind of how we met. That's really how we met. It was just like an organic, natural like thing. And as the friend group kind of progressed and like, you start to know these people a little bit more, because it's freshman year of college. You don't really know these people. Everybody's there to have a good time. Everybody seems friendly. And, as the group kind of progressed, we all decided to go on a spring break trip together.
That's what solidified it.
Yeah, and then so naturally, it was a wild trip, as spring break should be in college. If you've never had a college spring break, I highly recommend it.
Or if you're too old, sorry you missed out.
Yeah, absolutely. And, just over the course, I think we were just sitting back, JJ and I were sitting back in the room one time, just getting fucking faded. I mean, just faded. And we looked at each other and started tweaking because we were thinking the exact same thing at the exact same time. And, naturally, our friendship and bond just kind of grew from there, eventually to the point where we moved in together. Our sophomore year of college, everybody in the friend group kind of partnered up, and we were kind of the odd man out. Said, all right, let's go ahead and do it. Ran it at the time. JJ was a part of another clothing business, and I would kind of, it was our third roommate at the time, and I would step in every now and then just to help out, and it was kind of fun. And so then when that business dissolved and G2S came about, I decided I wanted to continue doing it with them. So, we kind of went on and started G2S, and we wanted to do the content creation. So we had a series called Thrift Adventures, where we would just go around and kind of dick around in a thrift store trying to find good pieces and show people how to thrift, what we were looking for when we were looking for certain pieces, and then turn around and selling those same finds that we would find on the episode. And it was a fun little series, and that's kind of where the love for the content came from. And then sophomore year, about the same time, I ran into this dickhead that would be walking around my neighborhood all the time. Couldn't figure out why. In the gym hooping. It's like, nah,
Nigga can't be referring to me.
Nah, but that's where we kind of bumped into Terrence. And where did we meet?
I don't say, because y'all met each other way before I met Terrence.
Yeah, it was
I didn't
definitely
even know this
sophomore year.
nigga. Yeah, I didn't even know.
Because he
I
stayed
heard
at
about him.
Paramount.
Yeah. I don't remember specifically meeting you. I remember seeing you around. And then because I want to say we met during sophomore year, but when we first had a conversation, I think it was on the way back from campus. That's when I found out you were going to Project. We're on the Paramount bus on the way back from campus.
Yeah, and I was trying to get y'all to join the org, right?
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
that's the first vivid conversation I truly remember, because I remember talking to you in the rec gym freshman year, because we used to run shit and we used to smack Terrence's team up.
We used to bust his ass.
the court.
Hey, and he never remembers that story. We used to go in there and mob on them bitch ass niggas like we were the bad boys.
This is so cap.
Do your research, nigga. Go pull the tape.
Niggas lie so bad. I only played them one time.
What happened to you that one time?
Nigga, you were cheating.
I'm asking. I didn't ask your opinions about the rules. I said what happened to you.
No, we probably lost, but if we did, it's because you were cheating. And that's the only reason I remember JJ, because the nigga was a cheater. That's the only reason I remember
he would
him.
come in the rec center with his ref outfit on, trying to officiate.
And Paramount too. I remember he came in Paramount with his shit on. We was hooping late night one time, and the nigga was cheating so bad. I was like, bro, this. He's a fucking dweeb. And so that's how I remember meeting you. But met Tavian, and then when we went to Project and stuff, that's when we kind of got close, and then we all moved
in that kitchen.
Yeah. That's what we were doing. We were chefs at Universal, if y'all can imagine how that was.
You couldn't tell Tavian shit when he left off of that.
Boy,
he swore he was Gordon Ramsay.
It wasn't like
I know.
Yeah, but yeah, that's how we met, and then we eventually moved to Copper. We didn't stay together, but we all somehow ended up in Copper, and we were just going over there, chopping it up, playing the game, and then JJ started to come over there too. That's how we kind of
that's how I met you.
Yeah, that's kind of how we met, and then eventually just started watching football and shit, going to the bars, shit like that, and so. Typical nigga shit.
For sure. No, really. Very, very organic though. And I like telling the story because, it's kind of cool to see the different perspectives and see, how the shit came together. But off of that, that's our introduction to each other. Like Tavian said, he was already a part of Goodies and Two Shoes. That's why if you ever noticed on the YouTube, it is the G2S network. It's not just for Panthers fans only. For Panthers fans only is a part of the G2S network that is a part of Goodies and Two Shoes as a conglomerate. So if you've ever been confused on why it's the G2S network, that's the reason why. And also, if you want to go watch Thrift Adventures, they still are up. So you can see we've really been doing this shit for a little while, just in a totally different capacity.
Hey, y'all go ahead and run up them good times numbers as well.
The good life.
Numbers.
Oh my God! If y'all want to see,
y'all really want to see, if y'all want to see how we really get down and how we move, go tune into the Good Life. We have got some great adventures. We'll be updating that series this
very
September.
Soon. Yes. Oh my God.
Ooh,
my
can't
God.
wait for tomorrow.
But yeah, it's always for those of y'all that are wondering, FPFO and G2S, it's always been bigger than just one episode or one.
For sure.
It's
one thing.
Yeah, it's
like
not one
FPFO
thing.
is bigger than FPFO to me. Like honestly, and I think that everybody here understands that and kind of supports that. And, you know, we just have a full understanding on the bigger picture, I guess you could say. So that's why it's kind of cool. And I always tell people this because I always feel like it's important to note that me and Terrence really did not know each other like that. Like, I don't even know really when we started kicking it. Like you said, Copper. But me and you were never really kicking it. Like, I didn't know Terrence like that. Like,
yeah,
it takes a lot for me to say I know somebody.
Yeah, because we didn't hang out like outside of like with Tavian.
Yeah, because that's how I met you.
Until we got like here.
Yes, literally. So, you know, like I mentioned earlier, like when FPFO was, you know, I had the vision for it. I knew that it could be something bigger than, you know, anything I could imagine or whatever the case may be, which we're not there yet, but we're working towards it. But I hit up a couple of people. Some of these people were extremely close friends. We're still close to this day. Some of the people, you know, I just felt like we would work good together, whatever the case may be. Terrence just so happened to be one of those people. Like I said, me and Terrence really were not chilling like that. I didn't know him. He didn't know me. Like he told y'all, like his introduction to me was cheating ass nigga from the wreck that he wanted to crash out on. And then, you know, the relationship grew more and more because we had a mutual friend in Tavian, excuse me. And I always heard about this nigga doing some wild ass shit. Tavian will always come back with stories telling me Sizzle did this and that. So then we finally met, whatever the case may be. But I say all of that to say, like, out of the 4 or 5 people that I contacted to really, really start FPFO with, I guess you could say, or take it to the level that I knew it could become and be, Terrence was the only one that simply did not ask any questions. I think I sent him a text message. I don't even know when I sent the text message, but I just remember, like, I didn't give this nigga an opportunity really to say anything. I just sent him, like, 3 paragraphs about what I believed FPFO could be. And I said, if you want to do it and you want in, just say yes. And as soon as he said yes, I sent him what he needed to get, what he needed to buy to start the shit up. And just like that, it was a wrap.
Yeah, I mean,
for me, that's how I see it. And then, you know, you finally got a microphone. I was talking to Dylan the other day about that shit. Like, we literally had an episode, or like not even a year ago, when we collaborated with Dunk for the first time, and you weren't even talking yet. Like, I don't know why I thought that you had been talking like the whole season, but you didn't start talking until like, what, 4 weeks in?
Yeah, it was a minute because we had no mic. I was behind the camera, and I wasn't even behind the camera weekly. So when it first started, like, it was a little touch and go with the cameraman situation. It was a revolving door, more or less. Like, it would change out every couple of episodes or so, whenever people had free time, really, to be available to do the camera. And at the time, I wasn't living with anybody from the show. So it was always a bit of a challenge to kind of get out there and be consistent with it. And I think it didn't really happen until episodes were kind of going on, and I would be behind the camera saying shit, but I didn't have a mic. But I would just, like, I was trying to bite my tongue. Crazy. I was driving myself crazy because I always wanted to, like, just interject and say something, because, like, JJ would be going off the rails and talking about Brian Burns this, Brian Burns that. You know, this is at the Baker Mayfield time, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold time. Like, they was all gonna be the truth in the second coming of Jesus Christ himself.
I don't know if that ever came out of my mouth. But it's all documented. So y'all go back and watch. I don't know if it did DM me, but I don't remember ever saying that shit. But go off. Go ahead. Continue.
And then eventually, weekly, I consistently kind of stepped in. You know, being that I was already a part of G2S Network as a whole, it was just kind of a natural progression to eventually just step into the role of being the weekly cameraman. And, being able to contribute a little bit, because even though I'm a Cowboys fan, and I know, like, people like to hate on Cowboys fans for being an unintelligent fan base, I watch a lot of fucking football, and I like to think I know what I'm talking about, and it feels good to be able to pop my shit.
Behind them folks in the phone. You are. It's okay.
Not really, but, you
told me not too long ago that you were about done with the Cowboys and that you were just going to be a Panthers fan.
That's every year. At the end. That's the emotion. That's the emotion every season at the end of the year when, we shit the bed, and it's a very disappointing game. But we're not here to talk about them sorry bitches.
Fair enough. You're absolutely right. What did you have to say? I know He cut you off. It's
Yeah,
okay. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
He does that
I don't even
sometimes,
know
bro.
how
He
we
gets
even let
carried
him
away.
get that far. But anyway, yeah. So when I came in, like I started off like I knew JJ was doing the FPFO podcast, and so I was watching it every week on Spotify, and like he would just be raging and shit like that, and I would hit him up to respond to like the stuff that he was saying. This was like beginning Matt Rule era, I feel like.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of bullshit to be talked about, and then that's how I got introduced. Like honestly, I never had the thought of being like a content creator or anything like that. Like I watched a lot of sports, watched a lot of podcasts and like sports shows, First Take, Undisputed, things of that sort. And so that's always been like that was like a small dream of mine kind of thing. But I never really took that path in that direction to really further that. But like I always wanted to be able to talk about sports freely. And so, but honestly, when JJ first proposed the idea, I thought it was going to be like I thought I was just going to be on there for a day. Like that was that's what was in,
Gotcha, bitch.
that's what was in my mind. That was my train of thought. But obviously, relatively quickly realized that this would be a long-term thing. And yeah, I was never really in front of a camera like that often. So yeah, it's been a growing experience for me, learning experience. Like this is all relatively new still, but learned so much about being in a content creator space, learn so much about yourself, like confidence and things of that sort. So all of it has been a good experience. And I've always been a Panthers fan because my dad's a Panthers fan. And so, but I never really was active in like going to the Panthers game, like being in the Panthers community. And so now like getting to experience that, realizing that, dang, it's so much more out there, like being in like touch with the fan base, like interacting with y'all and things like that has been super cool. So, yeah, grateful experience for sure. Wasn't expecting like to be on this level, and we still got a lot of growing to do. But even to like have like the amount of support and followers that we have now, in my mind, I didn't think that this would be possible. But now that you see where you're at, you realize like how much bigger it can get, and so it's been a great experience.
Facts for sure. So that happened. Then. What was it? Last training camp where Dylan came into the picture, right?
Yeah.
Kind of similar to just not necessarily your introduction to me, but your introduction more so to FPFO was just like on some DM shit. Like that's what kind of makes this thing like very unique as well, is just the love for it was already there. If that makes sense. Like you said, you were already tuning in every week. Same thing with Dylan. Like, Dylan just found us by chance.
Yeah, and just to put a face with it, if y'all have ever tuned into our post-game lives, or, like, when we go live on, like, Thursdays, I think it was during the season, right? When we would go live on Thursdays and do the Q&As, Dylan was the other voice that you would hear oftentimes in our lives. So just so y'all can kind of put a
fully white dude
face with a name.
Like, it's the white dude that was on the lives.
Yeah.
Without the curly hair.
Die.
But yeah, so the whole story with Dylan is crazy too, because Dylan, I know, didn't know about For Panthers Fans Only. Dylan had no idea. He didn't find us on Instagram initially. He found us by chance, which is so crazy. When I tell this story too, kind of like when he broke the shit down to me, I was like, damn, that's crazy. So I guess he was watching Dunk, who, again, is a friend of the show. If y'all don't already, subscribe to him. Unnecessary Bluntness. Shout out to Dunk. Just hit 15,000 subscribers. So he was watching Dunk one day, took a nap, and then randomly woke up to the sound of my voice. Let him tell it. Spazzing the fuck out.
Probably had a nightmare.
Probably scared him out of his sleep. But based on what he's told me, he dove deeper into the content. Fast forward to summer of last year, randomly hit us up. Obviously, we were doing the same thing that we'll do this year that we do every year, saying, look, if y'all want to link up with us, whatever, y'all want to kick it, say what's up, we'll be there on these days. Fuck with us. Like, you know, we men of the people, so we always gonna tap in with whoever want to tap in. So he did that. We met him. Crazy enough, we met him and Dunk on the same day, like in person. I had spoken to Dunk one time via FaceTime, and that was the day before we went to training camp. Met Dylan, Dunk at the same time, the same day. Kicked it. It wasn't nothing like, you know what I'm saying? We were just watching practice, enjoying practice. Wasn't nothing to it. We went our separate ways, and then we got a DM on the For Panthers Fans Only Instagram. What would you say, a day after? Or maybe a couple hours after? I can't remember how long it was, but Dylan was just like, yo, I absolutely love what y'all do. Y'all cool as fuck. I want to be a part of it. And me and Terrence pondered for, 3 days? I think we pondered even replying to him because we were like, I don't know. It's kind of some weird shit. Like, and I'm just the person that I am. I'm just very, very protective over what we have going on just at G2S as a whole. Like, very, very protective. People have come and gone because, you know, the situation just hasn't been right or whatever the case may be. So initially it was kind of one of those things where we were like, I don't know. But then for whatever reason, I guess I convinced Terrence to say, fuck it, let's try it. And we said, fuck it, let's try it. And I couldn't be more happy and more thankful for the role that Dylan has played because, like I stated on multiple occasions, Dylan is our content manager. Dylan is the one that runs the Twitter page 100% by himself. So when y'all see crazy-ass tweets going out, some dumb-ass shit going out, it's Dylan. So if y'all want to put a face with a name, it's not JJ because I know y'all be thinking it's me. It's not me. But, yeah, like I said, that was crazy in itself, the way that came about as well. Huge part to the puzzle, piece to the puzzle, and what we do with FPFO and G2S Network as a whole. So shout out to Dylan. Shout out to Carter. Shout out to Rod. All of those guys have played and continue to play a part in For Panthers Fans Only, the podcast, as well as G2S Network as a whole, and as well as Goodies and Two Shoes as a whole. So shout out to the team. Again, really just wanted the opportunity to tell y'all our story so y'all didn't have to guess or wonder or anything like that. I'm under the belief that when you're transparent with your supporters, it makes that bond a little bit deeper, even if it's just simply through a screen. So wanted to take that opportunity to do that pre-camp because, again, I know a lot of you guys are new. I know there will be a lot of people coming in that will be new off of training camp. So I wanted to, take this time. I thought it was a very unique time to do that just based on the rate at which we're growing at and the rate at which, just based off our numbers, I predict we will be at the end of training camp. So, yeah, that's our story. That's the story of FPFO. Did you guys have anything else to add?
I was just going to say, as you can tell, it was just a very organic process. Like, all of this came about, and I feel like that's part of the reason, like, when you tune in every week, and, like, those of y'all that are really rocking, why y'all rock with us, because what you see is natural. What you see is organic. Like, we are friends first, family first, and, like, this podcast shit just came about as a natural reaction to that, to those organic and genuine relationships. So it's gonna be no different if y'all ever come up to us and see us. Like, we're the same people on and off camera. We don't change. 10 toes down, stand on business.
Yeah, like we have these same conversations off camera. Like be about to fucking spaz on camera all the time. So
yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's a good thing at the same time.
Yeah, it's what makes us, and that's what makes FPFO work, and that's why, like, we're working on the profanity, but y'all gotta understand.
It's just a conversation with your boys.
Yeah, it's a conversation with your boys. That's how we always are. We cut loose. This is our time to, really cut back and be ourselves. And so what y'all see is genuinely who we are.
For sure. It'd be therapeutic at times.
For y'all.
Yeah. I'll speak for myself. For me, yeah. Absolutely. Because I'll be, You have anything to say in closing?
I don't actually.
Wow.
Y'all have a good day or a good week.
I wasn't closing the episode. I was closing the segment.
Oh, nah.
You don't have anything else to say?
I mean, do you want me to say something in particular?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. So how training camp will go, and I'll kind of do this very quickly. It's really not anything crazy. Just in full transparency, it's really not. But You guys will not be getting an episode on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. during training camp, but you will be getting an episode every single day. It won't be FPFO. It'll be like a sub-segment, I guess you could say. I don't even know how to word it. I don't even know how to present it at this very time. We're still doing some work in the background, just how to roll it out and how to, whatever. But it'll be totally different than what you guys see right now with the setup, the full production. It'll be totally different. So don't be shocked. Don't be surprised. Don't think you're in the wrong place. When you hear my voice, it's really me, and this is really what's going on. Y'all will be getting reports every single day after camp. Whenever I find out and figure out how much time it's going to take me to record, edit, release it, I'm going to try my best to stay consistent with the content and consistent on a release schedule. However, just make sure you have the bell on. If you have the bell on, life will be just so much simpler for you if you're trying to find our content. Just turn the bell on. I promise you it'll be beneficial. You'll be dropping some photo packs every single day, just depending on how lenient they are with the camera policy and shit like that. And so that's how that'll go, like the first week and a half. And then the rest of the crew will be joining me in Charlotte for the weekend of the 3rd through the 5th. Is that accurate? 3rd, 4th, 5th? I believe
let
that's
me check
right.
my calendar.
I think that's right. And I also need y'all to tell me if it's the 3rd through the 5th.
3rd through the...
Or if it's the 3rd through the 4th.
I was thinking 3rd through the 4th. JJ told me 3rd through the 5th.
Yeah, because that was like what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted it to be. So I just figured if I lied, then it would probably just come to fruition. So maybe that's something that y'all can talk about.
And then that goes
when
back
I leave.
to, and then that goes back to how JJ and Terrence were introduced. The cheating.
Well, but long story short, they will join me. So at the very bare minimum, you guys will be getting 2 full-fledged productions like we have every single week. You guys will be getting that. We found an Airbnb that is a really, really dope spot. So the aesthetic will be set. You're going to feel the summertime vibes. You're going to feel the Kent vibes. Very excited for that. Probably we'll do a vlog or 2.
We're going to be outside, too. Not to cut you off.
Yes, we absolutely will be outside. So,
I might make my first camera appearance on this channel.
On FPFO.
Yeah.
You made your camera appearance plenty of
Well,
times.
only
The real ones know.
FPFO.
The day ones know what Tavian looked like,
Yeah,
which is
fact.
crazy.
That's a fact.
That's just saying. Like, I really no cap done made this nigga a mystery man. Yeah, he still be getting his phone hit up about some shit he say. But I guess that's our fault. But
It always is.
yeah, absolutely. Every time. But that's how camp will go. Also, I think we're going to be doing a couple of things here and there with Aaron Duncan. So be on the lookout for that. If y'all haven't already, I will highly encourage y'all to go subscribe to his channel right now because he does a great job at breaking things down. It gives you a completely different perspective. And it's the PG version of what we do. And really, it's really the G-rated version of what we do. So anytime we click up with him and we go on his channel, just know we got to dial shit back a lot, significantly. And sometimes it'd be a struggle. But I think we did a good job in Atlanta.
I think we did a phenomenal
I think we did a
I think we
phenomenal
did,
job
yeah.
in Atlanta. But that just tells me that we can do it every week.
We just
Right
a little
or
bit
wrong.
more comfortable here.
See?
We're just a
And
little
then
bit
niggas
more
get the
comfortable.
stuttering. Niggas get the stuttering. I know, nigga. But
I'm
yeah.
the one your bitch like.
I wish y'all
gonna be-
could have seen
that's
how
gonna-
happy he was.
That's going to be our fault, though.
Yeah, of course it will be. But yeah, so that's
I
how
can't sing
camp
a
will
song.
go.
No, I can't.
No, you can't. Just how she.
That's
no,
just
mind.
the way.
But yeah, that's how camp will go. Very, very excited. I'm gonna miss y'all for the time that y'all won't be with me. But August 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We'll see you guys. And y'all definitely be getting full production on the 3rd and 4th. Guaranteed. 5th, TBD. Y'all might as well just take it off like I've been saying.
I got stuff to do.
See, and it's always that. It's always that.
We'll see.
Cool. But yeah, be on the lookout. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I will talk to you guys on Wednesday next week. First day of camp. If you haven't gotten your tickets already, go check. See if your day that you want to go is available. If it's not, DM the page right now. I have 3 additional VIP tickets for damn near every single day except the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So hit me. Other than that, appreciate y'all tuning in. It's been another great episode. Hopefully y'all gained some value. Hopefully y'all were entertained. If not, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Still hit the subscribe button.
Football's back, baby.
Football is officially back. Football is officially back. And maybe one day, coming up very soon, we'll dive into the whole shenanigans and overreaction by the fan base in regards to the clip that released on Hard Knocks with the New York Giants when the trade was official or the trade was being created on the Giants end as it pertains to the Carolina Panthers. But maybe we will, maybe we won't. I was going to touch it today, but I felt like it was just such a non-topic that we didn't. So. Allegedly, Dan Morgan got fleeced. It's something new. Y'all niggas don't want to fucking pay no money to the big name niggas. Y'all don't want to trade draft capital. You know, y'all just. Let me just chill.
I'm still gonna be here in the morning. No lie.
That's how I start tweaking out.
Yeah, like